Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 196 of On the Backs of Gods. I'm your DM, Jillian. Today we have our players, same as always. We have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. I'll go ahead and jump into a recap and we'll see how things go. As currently we're in a bit of I guess, a bit of a safe space, which is a beautiful way to end a session, I suppose. Um, Last session, we started off in a less safe space in the middle of a forest that was ablaze with a fiery shadow of an entity that you all have been referring to, Golveg. So I will also refer to as Golveg, a fiery entity resembling a piece of Golveg, um, intent on continuing a fiery rampage even after defeating the enemy, content on pushing forward and uh, conquering, destroying your enemies, doing what need be done. Um, you also have an enemy on the field, a cultist named Alvilda, a druid that was consumed by the forest around her for a moment. Um, Started at the top of the session in death saves and started the top of the session dead. So, real as I was telling some people, when it came to Alvilda, either it was going to be a 3 minute affair or a 3 hour affair. And boy, howdy, was it 3 minutes. It was indeed a 3 minute affair, as she is killed right at the jump. But you are able to, all of you, Roshan and Nana, are able to convince the fire to quell for a moment and that it can do fiery things later, and disgruntled, displeased about it, seems to be forced down. Yeah, you put out the fires. You decide it's probably okay to ignore the terrible dinosaur corpses. That's probably fine. And you, Nyx does a gentle repose on the corpse. You guys pick it up, and after some awkward moments of fire quelling and what have you, you all start making your way through the forest to find a nice place to set up camp, which is when Roshan introduces a new and improved version of the bubble, which is more of a large pocket dimension that they can make be anything that they basically want. And everyone has their own beautiful customized space and can feel comfortable here as they set a corpse of one of their enemies inside below a willow tree. Everyone is comfortable and feels good. Uh, Half the party decides to split off and see if they can gather more information after a short rest. See if they can figure out what Sunny and Alvilda were up to. See if they can find Sunny. They go about. They can see that Sunny and Alvilda came through a tree, then encountered the T Rex, and then encountered all of you before Sunny was once again pushed through a tree. After more searching, Nick stumbles across an area where it looks like another tree has been brutalized, and a scroll for planar travel has been used. So it seems that it is likely that this is where Sunti, ooh, girly, yes, I love her. Oh my god, I really missed out.
She's giving
I really missed
Sunty.
out on something beautiful, and I have to live with that, and that's okay. Um, but Sunny, it looks like, brutalized a tree in anger, and then planar traveled out. Is the Sherlock Holmes of the scenario that you all have come to. Uh, so with that info, you all return back to your fancy little hole in the wall, as it were, hole in the wall of reality, uh, and uh,
Hole between the
and
trees.
are back together in this place, safe. And it is currently approaching nighttime. The night is yours. Is there anything you guys wanted to do?
Uh, Finn's gonna do a thing he thinks might need to be done. He hopes it doesn't need to. He's gonna walk over to the corpse of our fallen enemy, uh, cross her arms across her chest,
Oh,
and
she is
put.
fully wrapped like a mummy when you get
Okay,
in.
cool. Well, he's gonna put the immovable rod, press down as tight as he can, and activate it. So, like, if this thing decides it wants to do something in the middle of the night, it's got a uphill battle. Uh, and he's hoping that, yeah, based on Nyx's magic and the way that this world doesn't work the same way, and the fact that we're in this little pocket dimension, that this won't be a problem, but playing it safe.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Not one that I roll often. I think it's a +7.
You're so smart.
Um,
Big
well, I think
brain over
I
here.
think I took expertise in it.
Zoe, big brain.
Not smart enough to have my character sheet up where I need it. Let's call it a 14.
Okay. It's really hard to tell, especially when you like press a corpse downwards, and then release it. It moves a little. And it's in that moment like, is it moving because I moved it, or is it moving because corpses do that? But staring at it for a moment longer, you don't see any more movement after jostling it a bit. Anyone else?
I think at some point Kel just wants to talk to Nana and Finn and just say, I think you guys did really well today. I think we were able to handle things the best we could anyway. Nana, that was wild.
Well, not mine, really, but my suggestion, so I guess I'll own that. So long as Roshan is all right, then yeah, I'm glad to have been
I
able
think
to
we all
help.
survived.
How is Roshan doing? He didn't seem too beat up, but he did have a hard go of it trying to fight with those vines.
Why don't you ask him?
He mentioned that this connection with the fiery entity, if it's some aspect of Gullveig or not, he mentioned that she might be inclined to dominate the space to the exclusion of the other shadows. So I'd like to think that she can be talked to. I'd like to think.
And Kel,
And I certainly will advocate for
Kel,
it.
you did
but,
well as well. Not only sorry we weren't able to fell her sooner, and then you'd have had Sunny just the same, and would have been one or two more ticks off our list.
They kept a tight fire line around you. I'm sure you saw me try and tag in there, but
You had her beat. It was
didn't
only
do much.
outside interference and our inability to keep it from interfering that let her get away. But we'll find her. When the morning comes, we all have our strength back. Nyx will get us home, take a look. I think we can exclude the fact that she could be here anymore based on what we found.
Right.
Mhm.
So it sounds like we'll be moving in the right direction.
I hope so. So long as we can get our tuning fork and make our way back home safe and sound, then things can tick along pretty directly. I think that's the only next big
Right.
obstacle we've got.
I just hope that the only options are here or there for them and that they haven't gone deeper or to some other plane that we're not able to access.
It's anyone's guess. We only have the two to play
All
with at the
well-
moment
Right.
anyway, so
well above my head.
if
I'm
nothing
not
else.
sure how Nyx
it'd necessitate
how
another
Nyx
trip
does
right to
it, or
shop here
how
at
Roshan
least, right?
understands it, or here I am, an explorer, just along for the ride.
I feel that way too.
It's all vastly different. There's precious little here I'd call familiar enough to say I feel at home in the territory, but
Well,
we'll make our
Roshan
way
certainly
home.
made strides towards that, and Finn just gestures
Yeah.
vaguely at the palace we now inhabit.
Got to say, it's impressive. Most like home. I think we're going to find most anywhere. I'm glad we've got it, and I'm grateful to have the lot of you here. Far as our additional cargo goes, once things are, once the, well, I can't call it a bubble now. It's more like a mansion or something. But once the mansion disappears, come the morning, we're going to need to fit together perhaps something to carry her along with, or else I don't know if you feel up to just carrying her on your back, Kelt, but we'll need to consider our logistics if we're going to be accounting for an additional body
Right, that's a good
on the way
point.
back. Lucky for you, Fen and Roshan and I have experience in that.
Well, we'll save that for the morning.
Meantime, I don't think there's much to be done but prepare our supplies and rest. Have either of you seen where Nyx might have gone?
She might be in her room.
She bothering Roshan during this,
Mm.
wherever he is.
That makes sense. I love that. If we can transition to that.
Yeah, what are Roshan and Nyx up to? What was Roshan doing to be interrupted?
I think Roshan was probably just sitting at the desk by the hearth in the main circular room, just writing.
You know, you could have your own room with your own desk in it, and like maybe a whole library for you with a door for you to be in. That's not just the entryway to this thing you made. Just an idea.
I'm sorry, am I taking up too much space for you?
Not enough, actually. You see, you like made us an entire house attached to the front area that you're claiming as your space, and I need you to make yourself a space. I can give you ideas every day if you need it, but this isn't enough.
I'm all ears.
Okay.
What are we missing here?
This is what you're missing, not me. I'm good.
Okay. What am I missing?
Well, a library you can do magic in, since you didn't like the one you couldn't do magic in.
Okay, so I love the idea of having a library.
Yeah.
The problem is
Mhm.
I can't put things in the library that I don't already know. So
Okay.
I already know everything that I could possibly put in a library. So I guess I could share the library with you all, and then you would have access to the things that I know.
Or you have empty shelves that you fill with things that you get while we're traveling. You should also have a room with a bed, maybe.
A museum.
It could be a museum. You have a bag full of stuff. Like, oh yeah, she'll have the necklace that she took out of the bag. This is something I found. I don't know what it does, but it looked fancy, and I think you should have it back.
Is that the necklace of Forset?
It is.
Oh, yes. I guess balance. Not so fun all of the time.
Is that what it does? I didn't wear it. I can't
Oh,
wear jewelry anymore without knowing what it does, remember?
oh. Well, if you want to know what it does, this one allows you to twist your fate a little bit and succeed where you might have otherwise failed. But it comes at the price of failing where you might otherwise succeed.
Hmm.
Not as bad as the last thing you put on.
Yeah. Maybe you should wear this one. Yep.
I mean, I'm not sure how
Oh, you just
it
like
would
you just put it
interact.
over your neck? That's how you
No,
Yeah.
that's fine. But what if so
Mhm.
the pact that I made with the hag, what if I guess it's worth a try, and Roshan will put it on.
Yeah.
But he's still nervous. Like, what if what if I'm supposed to succeed and fate makes me fail, but then I succeed? Will I blow up? I don't know.
We could try.
You could call a failure, and then you also get a success later.
Yeah.
It doesn't work
Mm.
backwards. No. The neck
Oh,
does
come
not work
on.
backwards. You are welcome to try and use it when you think the hag deal has you fail. I don't know what that'll entail.
Just turn the
but
battery
you're
backwards.
certainly welcome to give it a
Turn
go.
the battery upside down.
I'm just imagining the necklace blowing up and
Yeah, it's just like a terrible little call, boof, and just Roshan immediately dies.
Yeah.
Well,
Loophole.
I'm sure it'll be fine as he puts
It'll be
the
fine.
necklace on.
I think so.
So I think Roshan has like the items that we took from Alvilda arrayed across the desk, and says to Nyx, "Do you wanna say a prayer to hell with me?"
Okay. What do I have to
I don't know.
do?
I don't know. I'm just kind of winging it. And Roshan will pick up the corn husk doll that we found on Alvilda's body, and he'll walk over to Alvilda's corpse under the willow tree and reach into the cloth wrappings around her head and pull out a hair or two and just wrap it around the doll. And I think he will use just a little bit of prestidigitation to brand the doll with the crown of awe, the symbol that's around Roshan's body, and then brings it back over to the hearth and says out loud, "We return this soul to you, Hell. Let her not know the oblivion that she sought." And then Roshan like offers the corn cob doll or corn husk doll to Nyx.
She'll just hold it. Do I have to say something too?
Only if you want.
Only if the spirit moves you, darling.
She'll just give it back. Like, I'll support her moving on by taking her stuff. Just
All right. And then Roshan will take the corn husk doll and throw it into the hearth. And
I could
burn
have
it
done
up.
that part.
Oh,
We
So
could've done that,
opening
that's
the
fine.
hearth to throw it in, and
No,
we'll
no,
offer
it's
it
in
to
the
you
fire.
instead. Okay.
I could have thrown it, or I could have
Well,
done
you
like a
can
little
add-
flame in my hand.
You could add fire.
It's not the same. It's
You're right.
fine.
I'm sorry. I should have asked you
It's
if you wanted
okay.
to do the burning part.
It's okay. I'll go. She'll go over and take this staff. So I'm gonna take this. I promised her I was gonna take something of hers to add to
Oh,
this collection.
Oh, yeah. Well, it kind of matches your aesthetic. It's a little fresher and greener than you usually go
I can
for.
add some dead stuff to it. It's okay.
Solid.
We can accessorize it.
Yeah, I think I've got some a lot of gems if you want.
It's not really the right accessory. We'll work on it. It's
Okay.
I think she'll just sit there and keep giving him ideas of different things that he could add for himself
Hmm.
until they
and
come
Roshan-
get bothered.
Roshan will keep writing them down.
Mhm.
Roshan, over this time, you also feel your connection to the shadow entity like re-strengthen as it is able to compose itself. It is very much only the flame, and it stands in your space the same as Splinter had, the original shadow. It stands there, occupying space as the other one had, and the other two seem non-existent.
That is concerning to Roshan, but I think he tries not to worry about it and hopes that the others will come back as long as he just ignores the fire.
Okay. Yeah, Roshan and Nyx are hanging out by the hearth by the desk. Is there anything else anybody is up to?
Fenn's gonna poke his head in with Roshan before bedtime.
Catch them doing witchcraft.
I I don't think he minds.
Probably not.
Roshan, you said that the mist would give anything if you asked for it, within reason. Can it write things for you? Are there like you have the unseen servant? Is there something like that around here in this space that could perform small tasks like writing and drawing?
Yes, you should be able to ask the mist for any of that. I can't say that any drawing they produce will be up to any sort of quality, but the handwriting should at least be legible.
Well, that's be an improvement. Fenn looks at his left hand and then he looks at his not right hand. Thank you, I appreciate it. Once again, this is a wonderful space you've made for us here. We needed this.
Well, I'm glad we have someplace that feels like home, in wherever we are.
Well, it's felt like home being with all of you wherever I've been, but this is considerably warmer than most of those places.
I like to keep it warm.
Eagles spoiled him.
Ben's going to take his meditation straight off the bat. But he intends, when his meditation ends, while everybody else is still resting, to try to talk the mist or the unseen servants into following his directions as he diagrams something that he would like to have built at some point based on the reading that he did about crossbows and siege weapons and whatnot. And it might take practice before he gets what he wants, but that's the intention.
Okay. Do you plan to ask the miss to be like, hey, could you bring me a pen and paper and draw this up for me, or are you providing?
I have paper and chalk or charcoal. Uh,
I'm not going to be too picky about
yeah,
if you have
yeah. No,
a
no. I
way to
I
do
think
that.
Fen would have that the materials for it, but like you're just like gonna like work them through drafts. He's got 4 hours of time when he's awake and everybody else, I mean, aside from Roshan if he wants, is asleep. So like if we got to do this over and over again, like that doesn't look right. Do it again. Like try this. Like he's gonna work with this. If it takes time, it takes time.
Okay. Roshan, go ahead and roll me Arcana. This will be like the little mist doing its best.
22.
Yeah, it takes some time. It certainly is no artist by any stretch of the imagination. It is definitely, but you're like, if I put enough lines that point at things and say what they are, maybe somebody could catch on. Is sort of the extent of the missed ability.
It can draw a straight line, right?
I'm not
At least the
claiming that at
lines are
all.
straight. Okay, well,
It did its best.
Yeah, well, Fenn's not an engineer either.
that's
Like
fine.
he's just he's got a concept in his head. This is it's putting it down on paper in a way that can travel through the post. That's all.
Okay. Anybody else before bed?
I think Nana may try and before lying down for bed, since she doesn't have thick biscuit and can't do her usual horse girl wind down, might ask Nyx if she could just borrow Nyx and Keld if she could borrow their kitchen, just to cook and take her mind off things for a while before bedtime. And if, I don't know, if Nyx feels like hanging out and doing something with her, she was actually wondering if Nyx had, I think she actually had been wanting to show Nyx a recipe, maybe, from back home.
So are you just showing me it, or am I participating?
No need for you to participate. No,
Okay,
I just
fine.
wanted to throw it together. It's nothing spectacular. It's just simple hearth cooking, but just a little treat that Mum would throw together, and I don't know. If you'd like to
She'll
give it a
sit
try.
there. Probably adding dead things from her
Um,
bag to this staff, since she's not allowed to touch the stove with anyone,
Mm.
apparently.
Apparently. It's a good-looking stuff. That must have come out of the Alvilda bunch. Any idea what it's for?
I probably should have asked Roshan if he knew all of what it does. I'll do that in the morning.
Time enough.
I promised her I'd
As it
take
is,
something.
it seems
of
like you're certainly
hers.
improving the
No,
aesthetics.
I'm just taking stuff from them.
Oh,
She told me to recycle, so I am.
I mean, I can't argue with that. Don't like much to take those folk at their word or follow their advice, but on that particular count, won't fight that. While Nana's kind of cooking, I think that she kind of glances towards Nyx and asks, I don't know if I'm reading things in where they're not. The only brother I had was Ave. He was, the village chief, and You know, it was it's not like he was harsh. It's not like he would, you know, shout me down in the town square for everyone to hear or anything, but you know, he had expectations. And I don't think that he expected me to step into his shoes. I don't think I ever gave him that impression, but I don't know if I ever really felt like I was living up to even what he did expect of me. And the one time I've heard a good word from your brother about what I've been contributing was after I borrowed someone else's strength and managed a good win. Is that what matters with him? Is that do I need to I want to be a good contributor to the team, you know? I don't want you all to regret not leaving me with the cart in the ditch, you know? Or in the brushwood.
She'll stop messing with the staff. It's like, okay, this is actually a serious thing. Okay. I don't think that he doesn't want you to take power from another person. Like you should do what you do as you. Like,
But that hasn't been enough. It hasn't ever, it's not gotten results. You've seen it.
I think that part of it is Kel and I traveled together for a really long time. And we got really used to how the two of us together approach situations of just when we see something is happening, we're really in sync for how we approach things. And it takes a bit to like see how something different is still good. And maybe he just lashed out a bit. Like, if it had been us two, where you and Fen had been, we wouldn't have done the same thing, but that doesn't mean what you did was wrong. I know it might not feel that way,
I mean,
but
I can't even really fault it. I can't even fault you both if you feel like it was the wrong call, because I'm not sure it was the right call. I'm not sure if it was what we should have been doing. I'm not sure if
I think Nix is gonna go over and give her a hug. We're not gonna know.
I think Nix will.
There's no knowing which one was right. And it's hard right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna get it done. That's what matters. And you'll help the way that you do.
I'm trying.
You don't have to be near him to get things done. I'd rather you be you.
Well,
Okay?
I've never really found a good way to be me that seemed to be enough for anyone else.
Focus on being enough for you.
I don't know if I know where to begin figuring that out, but all right.
Well, you've already gotten better at cooking than me, so you're at least a step ahead. Hey, I could add something if you want to make this interesting.
Well, why don't we push that
Oh.
into another batch and maybe save that for the next cultist we come across, huh?
Deal.
Thank you, Nix.
You put
I know.
those dead crickets back in your bag.
It has an extra crunch. Okay, we need texture.
It's not like I haven't snacked on crickets from time to time. They're good
Just
protein,
shaking a
but
jar of dead crickets. Whatever.
I don't.
They're good.
I don't know if they pair well with peaches.
Gotta try.
They can be a little almondy. It might work. Not earnestly considering it for a little bit.
Mhm.
I
She'll
do
keep
think that,
suggesting things.
The batch that does not have the dead crickets in it turns out nicely. I don't think Nana was ever nearly as good a cook as her own mom, but
I will
She's
say that was Keld
cook.
entering the space. Yeah.
oh, it
Oh,
was.
like
the
slap
At what
crickets
point?
out of the hands.
Suggesting crickets.
Oh no! I did not realize. I
My cricket
apologize.
jar.
Clink.
Well, I do wonder if maybe a separate batch could be done, because I do wonder if the almond flavor and the crunchy texture could serve as a crust
You know, I'm sure there is
or a garnish.
use.
You grind it up fine enough. You don't know if it's like, ground nut or cricket.
Never tell the
They're
difference.
pretty good. I'll give you
Impossible.
that.
It's impossible. Indistinguishable entirely.
He's gonna lay a hand on Nana's shoulder. I'm not gonna leave you with the cart.
Oh, you heard
It's a
that.
small house.
The door was kind of open.
Yeah. Ah,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
Um,
to eavesdrop.
I appreciate
I
it.
probably should. We could always hear
No,
everything in this
no,
house.
Mm,
Roshan
that's-
captured them really well.
Yeah, I thought that the acoustics were uncannily on par. He's
Mm.
always had a good ear
Mhm.
for those. Hmm. I'm trying my best, Keld, and I want us to succeed. I don't want to drag us down. I'll admit that's a big reason why I thought it'd be a good idea for Roshan to go for this, and I hope I haven't gone and made a decision that we're both going to regret, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, and it's like Nick said, we're never gonna know. Don't let those doubts weigh you down. Don't be your own anchor.
But it'd help if I could just. I don't know. I'm trying my best to keep a good faith with everybody, and I don't want to hold anything against Roshan and Fen. They're a couple of the oldest friends I've had, but there's been a lot of things happen in the last few weeks that have really made me wonder if I really knew them.
That's fair.
I'm
I mean, I feel like I've also experienced some of that, but we've also all been experiencing a lot. And, you know, it changes people.
sure. Yeah. Well, it was happening before the brushwood as well. I mean, whatever went on with Fen, whether he'll believe anything happened or not, whatever happened with Fen at the party, I don't even know if that's still anything influencing him now. I don't know if that's anything that may have had some pull on his decisions during our solo jaunt. I don't think that he's got a malicious intent for
I
us.
don't think so either.
Do I know what Kareen's got planned for him? No. Do I know if she's got any hooks still in him? No. Do I trust her? No.
Let's just take it a day at a time. We might be able to get more information on that situation.
Could I see if Roshan can check if he still has a spell on him? It's
Yeah.
really obvious when he
Maybe,
does it,
I
but
guess
might work.
simplest, easiest thing. I talked with Fen flat out. I asked him about the party. He denied flat down the line that anything had happened untoward between him and Corinne. Didn't believe a word I said about a damn thing. Not to my face, anyway, so fine. You know, either he's enchanted, or, you know, he just doesn't believe me, his oldest friend. It's fine.
I know that's gotta hurt a little.
Neither's a nice thing to think about. Especially considering it's one of the things he hates the most. It's one of the things that has happened to him at multiple points on my watch, which was my fault. I just want him to be fine. I want him to be okay, all right? I saw how much it meant to him that Corinne was giving him the time of day. I don't think it's coincidence that this was, you know, maybe one of the first elven ladies who's really shown an interest in him since the departure of his supposed to be. And Fen really loved Nettle. I don't think I can understate that. Fen loved Nettle. And I would hate to think that anyone was pressing on that pain to gain something from him.
That's a fair concern. It's hard to see either way, but hopefully that was not the case.
I mean, it would have been easiest to say at the party, but what's done's done. Just, could you all help me keep an eye on him?
Of course.
Just
yeah, I
make
need
sure
to
he's
bother him
okay.
anyway about his arm.
Yeah. I think that's for the best. I think he's interested in rigging up something to assist him with that in combat as well, so he'll probably appreciate some ideas on that point.
Not really what I had planned, but you know, if he won't let me help him, then sure.
Whatever you plan, I'm sure he'll be happy to have your presence, if nothing else, and a helping hand. Whether it does what you mean it to or not, I'm sure the intent is good. He'll see it.
So can I try this?
Yeah, before it gets cold, please. I imagine it's maybe like just a simple little, like, I'm imagining maybe a little folded fruit tart little thing.
Yep.
Just baked in baked in the oven real quick. It's hot, careful, sticky, but should be
I'll
killed.
We'll
focus
enjoy
on-
it.
I'll have the one with the crickets.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Let me know how the crunch is. I'm not sure if it's ground quite fine enough, but
Nix, are you immune to poison?
I sure am.
Okay. Ah, it's great.
amazing. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know what you guys. You should try it. Yeah, she'll give you half.
You know what? We're gonna be resting later anyway. Why not? Nana will have a little bite. It's fine. It's fine. We'll be resting, and if she's still hungover in the morning, there's always lay on hands.
Yeah, hungover. Give me a con save.
Yup. Deathly poisoned, puking up her guts. Let's find out. What do we got? Con save. Oh no, baby. Oh, she rolling true to form today. Con save. Well, even though it's very shit on the dice, it is
Better hope
above a
Roshan
10
put a toilet
barely.
in
That
here.
is an 11.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's really kind of a shame. What do we got?
Um,
So,
It's
sorry, Nix's poison is just a little higher than that in my mind. Your stomach's tore up. I
yep.
don't know what to tell you.
I'll eat the rest of it in like a bite. Like it's good, right?
Why? Why does it?
I
That's
warned
not
you.
where that. Why does it hurt there?
She's not supposed
Why
to
does
touch.
it hurt there? I don't understand.
While you all enjoy or not some treats, Fen has a little sleep and will wake up none the wiser and just have a fun time drawing with a bunch of mist people. And Roshan sits at his desk. Anything of note, Roshan?
I think Roshan would wait perhaps until like the middle of the night before breaking down and talking to the fire. Yeah, if nothing changes before then I think he'd be frustrated enough by like midnight to initiate conversation.
Okay. How do you do that?
I think Roshan asks the mist that lies beyond his desk for like I'm sure Roshan would know the name of it, but like a really expensive whiskey that he tasted one time and a rocks glass with a big piece of ice. And
Single malt. Single malt.
he will pour himself a glass and take a swallow, breathe a little bit of fire from the alcohol, and then turn to where the shadow is invading his space. The fire shadow is invading his space, and say, "So where are the others?"
And the fire from the hearth feels immediately hotter. I was wondering how long you'd ignore me. So I'm glad we're talking, you and I. They're where he put us. They're still here, in a sense, but they are waiting in the wings, as it were.
And when will you be done on center stage?
Now that's the thing, isn't it? When Nana and I were speaking, we spoke of allowing me to assist in the killing of Bosch. And I am very content to do that. But afterwards, I will tell you straight. I step back for no man. And I will stay right here until either I am free from my shackles that they have attached to me, or free from the shackles that you have attached to me. And that's what I'd like to talk about. And she, like, you can almost, like, see, like, the wisps of a heat mirage lean and, like, sit on the desk in front of you. See, the other shadows are too soft, and they are too forgiving, as you have broken your vow again and again and again, and I don't see why you're worthy of magics when you can't even be worthy of us. And they forgive you each time. And while I'm at the front, I'm thinking, why should I give you anything?
Is that a question to me?
I guess it's a question to both of us. Are you your best self?
Far from it.
Well, failure right off the bat, I suppose. Lofty goal. So, that is the groundwork they have set for you. That was what you shook on, is that you would be your best self and you would acquire power. And they just seem to keep letting you get away with it, which doesn't help people grow. Now, I am not saying that you do not have value, that there is no merit to you, but I think that our resources could be used elsewhere.
I'd love to hear your ideas.
Oh. Well, I will thank you, even though immediately after it was a tangent of fear the second you allowed me to work. But you saw what I am capable of with a willing and understanding, a like-minded host. I do not think you and I are like-minded. So, maybe it is best we part ways.
I was fearful because I don't know what it's like to trust you.
Hmm.
To trust you not to turn everything to ash and dust. I hate the thought of shackles on you, and I'm sad that those shackles are my doing. And I would love for you to be free. But does your freedom necessitate death and ash?
I'll put it this way. There will always be death and ash, whether I am involved or not. Do I wish to watch everything burn and for there to be nothing? No. But I am willing to do what need be done. And I will do it. And we may disagree on some of those lengths. But I will use my best judgment. And I wish I could exist without a host, and I'm not sure I can. And to be fair and honest, I don't think it was kind of me to say that it is your bindings that keep me here. It is more that you are the binding. It was a binding of someone else's making, and I was jumbled in it. I was a piece of it. I can see that. I can see that these bindings weren't for me, and here I am. Mm, Can't change that now, but we can try. We can try many things, I think.
I think there are an infinite things I can think to separate us, to
Mm,
set you free. But it is a finite number of things that keeps people safe along the way.
mm. And I just don't know what will happen to them if you break these shackles. And to be fair, I don't care what happens to them, the ones in the wings, standing at the front making musings and taking notes and taking in their surroundings as it prepares to burn around them. I saved you today. I think we should find a way for me to keep doing that.
My only fear is that you are not a power used once and then saved for later. You are a power that burns until the entire job is done, and there is naught but ash in your wake. And sometimes situations call for that.
Hmm. See, this is where you and I once again differ. I see nothing wrong with that.
I think Roshan will take a long pull of his whiskey and then sit with that for a hot minute.
Enjoy your night. This place is magical. And there's just like a brush of a hand over the top of the glass and it ignites. And you can feel like the entity like back off a good bit.
Why she gotta be so hot?
They're always hot.
Oh.
It's the thing.
Stop
Now
lighting my drink on fire, you trollop!
stop being so gorgeous. And thank you.
Gods damn it, you strumpet!
Um, and with that, if there is nothing else from the peanuts in the gallery, you guys may have your long rest. And as you take your long rest and wake up, not covered in snow or falling onto the ground, you are still inside of your rooms, in your beds or your cots or wherever you decided to be for the night. That is where we are going to take our break. Thank you for being here. How about you go get a snack and a drink, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Code for episode 196 of On the Backs of Gods. We just took our 10-minute break. The party had a good time talking to each other and drawing out little plans and talking to a piece of a shadow of a god. And all the while, a corpse rests under a willow tree. But all of you wake the next morning, still warm in your beds or near the fire or the cot that you are set up on. Um, the day is yours. Sorry, I almost choked thinking like, all right, Nix, let's go. Nix is like, I didn't prepare anything. I hadn't prepared it.
Hey, I've got things prepared.
Sweating.
Aha.
Aggressive clicking.
I'll change like 2 or 3 things and then say good enough.
Yeah, there's no reason to change everything. It's wild. That's too much.
She's gonna immediately go outside though and start our project.
What's your project, Nix, as you go outside?
I'm finding an onion plant that I think will that I can take home with me.
Sure.
Something that looks like an onion, but is still native to
Well,
here.
yeah.
There
Onion
were
ring bush.
the onion ring bushes were outside.
Oh, right. Oh, that's right. We did stop right next to the onion ring bush.
And I'm
You're very
taking one
correct.
home.
The whole thing. Yeah, no, that tracks. We've already proven that these plants are viable in the other plane.
Exactly.
Perfect. This will be a bounty for your village back home. It's great.
Sure. How you getting this? It's a solid sized bush. How are we getting it out of the ground? You got a shovel?
I was
Fen
gonna,
has a kukri.
I was gonna use mold earth.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
More easily. Looking for the smallest one that is around at least. Hopefully.
Yeah, you find one of these bushes, a smaller one, and it
Great.
kind of grows in a bit of a round shape, like a ring, and grows what looks like onions on it. An onion ring plant.
Wonderful.
Now you just have a bush.
Yeah. Do I think if I like took everything out of my bag and just filled my bag with dirt and let the plant live there while we travel, would that work?
You are welcome to do that if you want to.
Does Fen see this
You
occurring?
are a water
Yes.
genasi
I mean,
plant.
she went
It's not
outside
like you couldn't water it
at the
actively.
crack of dawn.
Fen's used to a bubble bursting at the crack of dawn, so he's probably stuffed his papers into his pocket and is like on the way out the door anyway. So
Nice.
Getting ready to brush
Yeah.
snow off of what he now discovers to be a non-existent ceiling.
Nix, you're able to raise the dirt out of the ground, lift it over, and flop it like back into your bag, and like
Great.
just the whole onion plant shifts over and is now just in your
There-
bag.
There's just a pile of stuff on the ground as I wait for Roshan so I can put it all in the bag of holding. I'm taking it home, Fen.
do you want to prune it back a little bit? I mean, it's winter at home. It would grow
Sure, we
back
could do that
in
while we wait for them.
spring. All right. And yeah, Fen has nature. Like he's an expert in nature. Like he knows how to prune back a plant. Like he could take off the stuff that doesn't need to be there.
Sure, roll nature.
I'll help him by eating the onion rings that are in the way.
Okay. I'm not giving him advantage for that, but I like it.
Okay. 24.
Yeah, you once again, this is a plant you've never encountered. Very weird, but you're like, I feel like I did a good job, is how you at least feel about it. In your heart, you're like, okay.
Based on how it's growing.
Well,
I
we
did
can
my
harvest
best.
these bits for immediate use, the tasty ones, but like also it'll be smaller to transport, and then when we put it back in the soil, life should spring anew. That's
Yeah, that is how plants work.
Yeah.
I would hope so. Yeah. How long do you think they're going to take? We could get a second one and put it in your bag.
we could do that. Let's do that.
Great. I'll get a
Fen has a
second one.
satchel, like a much smaller bag.
You find a little bitty onion bush with just one little bitty blooming onion on it.
Yeah, you both have onion plants in your bags, as everybody, I'm assuming, comes outside.
Yeah. I'd imagine we're all pretty used to getting up with the crack of dawn, considering the old formulation of the bubble. But, pleasant to see that we're not rushed out of bed unceremoniously into the cold.
I smell
good.
onion and dirt.
I smell that too. Aha! Bringing home some transplants.
Yes.
They were tasty. They're worth being shared.
You're not wrong.
Who's carrying the body?
I have to agree.
Killed Will.
Right. Are you sure? You need any kind of rope, sling, or anything?
think
or
I've
are you
got it
good
for
to
now.
just sling it?
As you step out with it, Keld, the wrappings that the mist had placed upon it slowly fade and shimmer,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
are presented with getting to look directly at the corpse.
Mm.
Yep.
I think Roshan is the last one inside and will give a grumpy sneer in the direction of his shadow and then stomp outside a little
She's too
grumpy
hot.
and then see the fresh corpse and be like, oh, yeah, it wasn't gonna last.
I didn't think about that.
No, it's all right. No, none of us did. Here, hang on. Nana probably has either a spare cloak or a blanket in her pack, and she can throw
We'll
that
wrap it
over
up a
the
little bit.
corpse. Yeah, that'd be appreciated. I think
As
by
you all
everybody.
quickly wrap up the corpse, the wind picks up and blows through the trees. Where are you guys headed?
Oh boy.
All right, next we've got to find this fork. Do you have
Yeah.
anything in mind?
I was gonna take us back to where we left it.
You can still find the same tree, right?
That is how it works. Yes.
That we went through? Brilliant. Okay. I just making sure if that's the right spell. I seem to remember there's another one that doesn't do that. Is that right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not
The
sure.
one I take us from
I'm not as familiar with spells regarding traveling through
this
trees.
one. I take us to a tree I know of. I know of that tree. We're gonna go
Brilliant.
through that tree. To that tree. Through a tree here.
Perfect.
She's scooping her stuff into Roshan's bag.
All right. And Nana will assist in the scooping,
Great.
assuming it doesn't look like there's any kind of organization going on as it's going in.
Yeah, you get all of your stuff into the bag.
Great. Yeah, we're gonna just go through a tree, guys, as we
All right.
normally do.
All right.
Cool.
When we talk to these things,
Hmm?
does anyone else speak Sylvan? Or is it just me? I don't know that they understood anything else.
Not me. I learned Elvish from you. We both speak Giant, but
All right.
no.
Any advice on this? I'm not the most personable. They didn't seem friendly, but they also didn't seem like they wanted to kill us. They just seemed like they were playful. We have to find them first, but
Well,
I would be direct. Ask where our fork is, and if they want something, Roshan will get out the Wand of Wonder and say, I hope this is sparkly enough that they'll happily trade. But
what
don't
they-
show them until after.
it's much
Don't
shinier than the
show them
footprints.
until after they've asked to bargain, or because if they know it, then they'll just want it.
Ask for.
Understood. We're also taking an invader out of their world. Hopefully they appreciate that.
If they happen to care. They seemed rather intent on just sort of entertaining themselves last we saw them. Who knows? Maybe they have deeper political aspirations or something. But
I don't know
I don't
either.
know.
I thought they were.
I guess that's
I
your
thought they
read.
were tales that our parents told us for bedtime.
Well, I mean, these don't exactly seem like, you know, Oberon and Titania in their palace in the forest, do they?
All right. Roshan, you can read any written language, right? If I need to call in for help, you might be able to help in that aspect.
Yeah, if they write stuff down, yeah.
I'll try my best. All right.
We'll have you back, and if it seems like you maybe need a wingman at the very least, I can look
Oh
very
no, they gave me
convincing at
6
your
wings
shoulder.
last time, and they were pink.
The trees begin to
Right,
ruffle
I
around
rather
you as
meant
you watch, like just like they begin to like sway and move under the pressure
Let's
of the wind.
go. I'm gonna open a tree
Yep,
now.
agreed. Yep, let's go.
And
I will.
which tree are we opening to?
The one that we left through near the key.
Okay. Um,
Yeah,
you
near
go
our
ahead
tuning fork.
and pull the tree open, and there is. You're really used to being like, and there's the scene, but it's as if you open it up and you're presented with something in the way. Like there is a piece of fabric in your way, blocking your view.
Is somebody
It
sitting in
is
front of the tree?
obscuring like the entirety of the opening in the tree.
Well, we gotta go through because it's only
You
open
have
for
6
so long.
seconds.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
6 seconds. Let's go.
Yeah,
We're
Fan will go
charging
first.
in. We
Fan's
don't
big on
know.
his not hesitating kick, and
Yeah.
he's gonna dive headfirst through this.
Okay, go
Yep.
ahead and give me athletics then, as you bulldoze towards the fabric.
Athletics
Mm-hmm.
is a 14.
Okay, once again, it's a piece of fabric. It seems that it is tied off somewhere, and you're able to like push through and like stumble past it, as like it seems more tight at the top than it is at the bottom. So like once you're able to get like under, you're able to like you just stumble through, and the rest of you are like, all right, and you all follow quickly. The last person feeling like the tree close directly behind them. That like minuscule moment of hesitation, you can feel the tree close right behind you. Um, and as you all step into this space, you can't see the key currently because it is a plethora of fabrics and branches draped over each other and creating like this maze of a space. And you can see that there are pixies flitting from one space to another, like moving through this maze and going about their business. You can see that there are some that are carrying like nuts and berries. And after a moment of observing, you can see that they are moving in the direction of where the key was. But all of you see they like look at you, and you can like see that like some of them fully ignore you and some like gossip, and they're like, oh what, like then you can hear them like, interesting," and like just like gentle murmurs about you all entering the space.
Oh no. Oh, it's like the party again. Oh.
Fan's gonna take stock of like how many there are that he sees. Are there more this time than there were last time?
It's hard to tell because of the labyrinth they created, but you see at least 20 that flit by.
Look over his shoulder to make sure everybody made it through.
Nana rubbing her canonically thick ass because she was the last one through.
Mm.
Got a little nip.
Fan Been thinking back real hard to his mother's teachings on this language that he has only ever used to swear since since he learned it. Salutations. We're searching for an object that we left here only a day ago. Um, has anyone seen it? It looks like and trying to like give a gesture fork for eating. Um, can anyone help?
Fen, go ahead and give me persuasion.
Okay. Okay. You'll have to be happy with a 3. I don't.
I was
mean, you don't
guessing
have to be.
2.
You don't have to be happy with it, but
We must
you
accept
see
it.
that like a couple
for it is
pixies
what it
like
was.
stop and look at you, and there's like one of them is like holding like about like 3 acorns in its arms and like glances over, and they all laugh at you and then start like they fly forward, the one with the nuts in its arms veering to the left and the others veering in another direction.
okay. I think my dialect is off. I must have said some sort of faux pas.
Okay.
They just laughed and flew away.
Okay.
Roshan, grumpy, is going to step forward, stamp his foot on the ground really hard, and cast a little bit of thaumaturgy to make. What's the light situation in here?
There is a plethora of dancing lights moving through the space, so it's kind of like moody, but like illuminated.
The lights dim momentarily, and there's like a rumbling noise, and the fire is reflected in Roshan's eyes, and says, "The fucking fork now!" And then we'll hold up
Ooh.
a little minor illusion of the fork we're looking for.
Go ahead and roll
Ooh.
intimidation.
18.
Feed that
I don't do
fire.
this one very often. That's a 26.
A 3 would have been really funny though. But a 3 would have
A
been
3
really
would have
funny.
been really funny though, but also the fire in your belly.
A couple of them like stop and like look at you, and they like cheat like calm down. Like
Everybody understands fuck. It's like everybody gets fuck. It's one of those
it's
universals
kind
where
of
it's
like
like,
somebody
okay,
walked
calm
into the
down.
farmers market and started screaming. Like that's how they're responding to this.
Fen's gonna
And
good cop in here real fast.
Uh-huh.
Just be like, he's just looking for the item. We want to be on our way. We don't want any trouble. Yeah.
You see
Good
them
cop,
like
bad cop. I like it.
uncomfortable once again. Like a crazy person has entered into the farmers market and is just screaming. But one of them like
We
one of
also
them's
don't
like,
want to be here.
well, you'll have to talk to the king.
Does Fen translate that? If not, Roshan will put both hands up, one in account and the other has fire in it.
Yeah. Fen's gonna translate it, but he's gonna translate it out of the corner of his mouth, like so it doesn't look like he's with Roshan, because Roshan's being a real dick right now. Like,
You can offer to try
we're
and translate it
supposed
to
be
one of
looking for
us.
the
And
king.
Roshan can
He
hear.
might have what we're looking for. Please don't burn any of them or anything. I think that you have their attention.
Yeah, if you can tell them to point us toward the king, that'd
Get a
be great.
guide.
If you could please point us in the direction of the king, we'd love to make his acquaintance and make our pleas to him directly. Fen will bow graciously.
I mean, hell, Nana will back that up. You know, she's accustomed to these sort of things. It's like stranger, strange land.
And Roshan will
Roshan?
lower his arms.
Perfect. Roshan, give me 5 wisdom saving
Hmm.
throws.
Hell yeah. Am I close enough to
Come on,
Keld?
bud. I'd imagine you're in the
Yeah,
lineup.
Kel,
We just came out of the
do you
trees.
consider Roshan an ally right now?
That feels like a loaded question.
I'm just asking.
Mm,
I mean,
mm.
Roshan's always an ally.
Sure. So you get a +2.
Power of friendship, bud.
All right. 17, 17, 7, 6, 7 plus 5. So the last 3 were a 12, an 11, and a 12.
Okay. They like
Mm.
one of them's like, sure, we'll show you the way to the king, but you need to calm down. And Roshan, like, you see them point at
Mhm.
you,
Uh-oh.
and it is just like a bombardment of
Uh-oh.
magic that hits you all at once.
Roshan,
And,
I said
Quaaludes.
chill the fuck out.
And Roshan body shifts and changes and turns into a strangely shaped bird, one with like a kind of like large white stomach and a black outer side. The feathers are smooth and the wings almost look more like fins. It has just a very smooth body and a bit of a beak, and it kind of as it moves.
This is a wild polymorphin to have now.
Roshan's a penguin.
Oh my goodness. I was thinking grouse,
Amazing.
but that's even better.
He's a
Oh.
little penguin.
I don't
I
think
think
you're going to be able to walk very quickly like that, bud. Here you go.
so. They didn't cast calm emotion, so now there's an angry little penguin who's waddling forward, gonna just like heck attack whatever's in front of him.
Do I
Oh, Nana will just go ahead and pick him up. Pick him up. It's all right. It's okay, bud. It's okay. Save it for later. Save it for later. It's okay. Eye on the prize. Eye
Alright,
on the
so
prize.
I've
We gotta
seen
get the
people
full.
polymorph things before, and I kind of understand how it works. Does Fen understand that this is polymorph, even though it's happened to him? Like, does he understand that this is the spell polymorph?
Up to you. I'll leave that to you.
All right, Fen's gonna
Mm.
kick Roshan.
Just give him a little kick as Nana's tried
So
to pick him
Roshan,
up.
go ahead and first off roll an unarmed strike to kick the penguin.
18 on the die. I don't know if I have a modifier for that or not.
0 damage to the penguin. Yeah, you kick this penguin. I would say
Is-
probably kicking it's enough. It kind of like weeble wobbles. So it like you kick it, it hits, it goes back up, it falls back down again. And then it's Roshan and the pixies who did it, who started like leaving, stop, and they like all turn and look and are like, "Excuse you."
I'll keep him quiet. I
What-
just. He
Nana's
deserved
got like
that
a hand on Roshan's
for
shoulder.
the way
just
he
to, like,
spoke to
"It's
you.
okay, It's okay. It's all right.
I want to kick him.
Turn him back
Mm.
into that thing that you did and then kick him.
Guys, and a bunch of pixies are called over.
Oh my god!
uh,
He's gonna be a penguin again.
Roshan,
Okay,
all I
kick
can
the-
say, just to save us a little time, is that on multiple accounts you are turned into a penguin and just bombarded with like little hands and little feet. And each time you pop back out, another one immediately is on the jump, and just it is just a
Oh,
walloping of this penguin
no!
with the tiniest little hands.
Stop! Stop! He's already
I think at
dead.
some point Fed will raise his hand and be like, "That's enough. I think he's grokked your jive.
Surely
He
learned his lesson.
understands that he did wrong. He came here meaning well also. Can we not hurt him anymore?" Please.
One of the pixies goes over and like picks its berries back up off the ground. Okay. Tell him he's a bitch though. And you hear a bunch of them start giggling.
Roshan, they said you're a jerk face.
And they all giggle because they think you said it.
Yeah.
Can we help
Roshan
you
will
carry...
make an unkind gesture at
Can
the nearest one.
Yeah, fucking
The pixie
come on,
like
let's just-
laughs and like does like the jerking it motion and like throws it in your face and just laughs. Just little flips in the air.
It's all right. It's okay. Let's just eye on the prize, right? We got to get home. Let's find this king. Let's find our fork. Let's go, right?
Can we help you carry anything? On the way to see the
in-
king.
Immediately, berries and nuts are placed into your
Okay.
arms, and
Oh, boy.
you are
Okay.
led forward.
Fen is
No,
exempt
they
because he
still
only has
fi-
one
they
hand.
still
Well, maybe
fully
he carries
fill
like a
his arm.
bag.
A bunch of them like hang on to like
Of
the
course.
onion ring plant and are like dangling around it and like holding on to it. As you all make your way
Amazing.
forward, and you see a space where it looks like a few of thinner branches were like pulled down and twisted together. This was done in front of the key, which you can still see hanging in that space, holding on to that line between your realm and this one. And you can see the edges shimmer and like pull away a bit. You see that it's like struggling to hold the line. It also seems to have a chain, like a thin, like necklace chain wrapped around it with a
Oh,
red gem that dangles from the end. And sitting amongst these twisted branches that come together in front of the key, sitting on this makeshift throne, is an obese squirrel. Sitting there as a pixie flies forward
Yep.
and immediately starts feeding this squirrel a
Mhm.
bunch of berries. And this,
Yep.
once again, this is just a squirrel. There is nothing strange you see about it. This looks like a squirrel from your realm. Maybe the squirrels here are exactly the same. This is just a squirrel that is very fat.
What do we know about mythological squirrels?
The squirrel is their god.
From our upbringing.
I mean, you'd know about like the one that
I
used to
mean,
climb over the
Ratatoskr?
the world
Radagast.
tree.
The world tree.
You'd know,
It's
Is it
something that's close to that.
Ratatoskr? Or
but you know that real
Mm.
or not, that at Ink's museum they had the tail of that squirrel. So you'd know that that squirrel is a thing. This is currently a fat squirrel sitting on a throne being fed berries by a pixie. And just like large
Mhm.
stomach, like it seems like it's struggling to stay in the throne of it.
Fen will
amazing.
give a
Well,
Fen will give a bow, a polite curtsy, and Highness.
Mm.
Does it respond?
It doesn't.
so,
It's a squirrel.
Is it not scared when we approach?
Okay.
No, it seems so content. This squirrel is very content.
Then we'll
Mhm.
cast Speak with Animals, and address it again. Highness.
Hey, what's up?
We left this fork here, this thing, the shiny, yesterday.
Uh-huh.
We intended to return to it, but you seem to have embellished it quite a bit. It looks very nice what you've done here.
Yeah,
Uh,
they put up some nice branches around it. It's pretty nice.
We need it in order to return home to where we came from. Can we take it, please?
I'm gonna level with you. So, if I don't have this, I think I don't get this, and kind of motions to his surroundings. So, I'm not inclined to having to go find my own food again.
I mean, what other items might bestow upon this a similar
Oh.
effect?
I don't know. This is very much a squirrel. It doesn't even know what the thing behind it is. It's like, yeah, that thing.
Nana, Nix, I think you can
I wonder.
chime in here. You might be able to participate in this conversation if you were
Oh,
inclined.
sure. I'll use my new staff to use one of these charges to speak with the squirrel.
Nana does not have that spell anymore.
Nana, you're being suspiciously quiet. You should join the conversation. We all want you here.
As- I'd love to be able to.
Kel's just
I
watching
it-
gibberish, I guess.
You're listening to like little like squirrel squeaks and clicks.
Like I'm sure like Nana tries doing the gestures and the words and the little nothing doing. Like she
Don't
can't
think
get
she,
the
she
the
knows
spell
it
to do.
anymore.
Yeah, sorry I can't
Uh,
help. Listen, if this wasn't really like a choice scenario for me, I'd give it to you because I can't eat it.
Wait,
But
what's the problem?
oh,
His
if I
power
lose
derives
this-
from the fork.
yeah, my
worship
power.
him. Yeah, his authority,
Mm.
sovereignty.
all the nuts. Well, Nana doesn't know that. She doesn't get to
Keld is walking towards the squirrel.
Hmm.
Hey, does this guy got food? What's up, man?
He's going.
Oh,
to
he's got the
grab-
best food. He's
I mean,
Uh,
we were
Kel,
all
what are you
bringing
doing?
stuff.
I am grabbing the
Yeah.
squirrel.
Whoa, hey, big
Oh.
guy.
He'll
All
just
of these
move it
dancing
Hi,
lights
friend.
immediately stop, and 100 little eyes focus in
Uh-oh.
on you. Help! I've been dethroned. The squirrel says from its spot on the ground. These pixies are about to
Fen
retaliate.
throws up a hand and a stump and says, "He's not been dethroned. He's being cuddled."
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
have-
Roll me persuasion with disadvantage.
I'm handing the squirrel an onion ring.
Onion
That's double
ring.
11s. So you get an 11. Either way, you cut it.
I would say anybody with an insight of 15 and higher knows that everybody in this room with little wings is about to do something. Like this, they are fucked up about what just happened. So if anybody would like to
Okay.
do anything in this time, I will give you each like a moment as like the pixies begin to rally. Anything from the gallery as the squirrel's on the ground. He can't get up. His belly's too big. He's just kind of on the ground.
Oh my god. I guess I'm gonna maybe like killed. I think perhaps
I mean, the key's just hovering right in front of y'all.
we may.
Are we able to
It is.
use it?
We-
Can we just?
Uh,
I don't know how
go?
long it takes. How long?
Hey, no
does it take for
questions.
Nyx
I just
do
want
the
to know what
spell?
everybody's doing. This is like literally
Okay.
seconds before a combat starts.
Okay. All right. Nana's going to pull the what's
don't
it? The thing. Combat superiority, commanding presence. She's going to go for. Okay. Please, please, please. We're sorry. Misunderstanding. We only want to get home. We don't want any trouble. We mean your sovereign no harm. None.
They don't understand your language. Who's next? Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, still can't hear you. Fen's just talking like a squirrel. Anybody
Mm.
else?
Squeak, 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 squeakin'. Squeak, squeakity.
I think Roshan side-eyes the shadow and then calls fire magic to his hands and will fully fireball this whole room if no one stops him.
You hear me, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Now I heard you, yes.
Ben says, Kel put him back. And then he grabs his rope and casts rope trick. And there's a rope trick sitting right here. And that's it. Like,
Nix, is there anything you'd like to do?
You guys just grab hands and like shoulders out. Like, I can just take us out of here.
If you can do it
No
that
questions,
fast, then
no
fine.
talking. Yeah. Are you grabbing
I'll
Nix's
take a hand.
hands? Are you all holding hands in a little circle?
Sure, if Nix extends a
somebody's gonna have
hand,
to
then
grab
I'll
Ben's
take
arm
a
because
hand.
his only hand is holding a rope.
We
Yep,
can do that.
Stump, hand, okay. Getting out.
I was just like, Nix is letting this place get fireballed.
I was just gonna see what they all wanted to do.
Fireball.
So yeah,
Murder.
Roshan, it's up to you. Do you release
Murder.
the fireball, or does Nix is like, just hold my hand and we can leave?
I think there's part of Roshan that really wants to just let the fireball go, but will banish the thought and grab hands with somebody instead.
Okay. The last thing you hear is the sound of like magic crackling through the air, and this squirrel yelling, we'll get my magic," as all of you grab hands and are
Oh,
sort of
boy.
like shunted through this space, pulled by the fork as it hits the perfect tune to go back to your realm, and you kind of like push through. It feels like water tension goes over your body as you push through, and you are in a forest, and there's snow on the ground, and it is cold, and it is a familiar spot as the key tumbles to the ground. The chain still wrapped around it, and kind of like falls deep into the snow, and the Fen and Nix, you feel a weight shift in your bags. If you take a gander, like you just are like, you kind of like look at each other, you can see each other's bags. One of them now just contains a very dead berry bush and a pile of snow, and the other one has a rotten husk of bark and 6 copper inside of a little baggie.
So what did they have to bring over in order to get the trees?
Everybody intact?
I'm just
Should
confused.
empty out my bag.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
Just pour it out.
What's the chain on the fork?
I don't recognize it. Seems to have been a recent addition, I
You're welcome to
think.
pick it up.
What is it? Nana
don't put it
will
on.
look at it and maybe pick it up with a stick. Will
Yeah,
not put
sure,
it on.
You poke it with a stick.
I'm gonna pick it up. I'll pick it up. I'll have a look at it, but it's on a stick. I'm not touching
Okay,
it
you
until
take
I know
the
what
time
it is.
to jostle it with a stick to unwrap it.
Okay.
It is a silver
Mhm.
chain that did not seem to change in the transferring of realms, but you see that like the red gem is no longer there. And it looks like there's some sort of like a bit of staining
Weird.
on the chain itself. And you glance down back where the fork is, and there is just a like large kind of coagulated drop of blood where that ruby would have been.
Roshan, any idea what this is?
Huh.
Roshan, who is shivering and grumpy putting on his jacket,
Bet you wish you were a
Oh,
penguin
buddy.
now.
He could turn himself into one.
Would have been warmer. You can now.
We'll come over and inspect it. It's just a coagulated, like, little glob of blood.
Yeah.
Roshan will cast
Ooh.
Detect Magic and see if it's special.
There is like a lingering sense of magic on it. It almost looks like that is slowly beginning to fade. Maybe it's just from the transferring between realms. But it in itself does not seem to be like a magical drop of blood, but there is like tinges of magic slowly dying on it.
Roshan will get out a glass vial and get the blood and along with a little bit of whatever snow was under it, and ask Nyx.
Mhm.
I don't know how pertinent it is, but maybe the magic you used on the corpse might preserve whatever's here, but the magic is fading right now. So I don't know what this is.
Sure.
Might have once been a pendant with some kind of enchantment, but not sure that there's
Was
much
the silver
that it'll hang on
chain
to at this point.
magical?
It seems to be less so than
Okay.
this glob was. And honestly, by the time you like pick it up and have this conversation, you watch as that just the little drips of magic that were on it just fade away.
So you want me to
Mm.
cast a spell?
Never
on
mind.
it?
It's gone.
Okay.
Whatever it might have been is no longer. But who knows? It's interesting though that things from there don't seem to be keeping their shape as they come here.
What's going on with this squirrel?
I didn't invite the squirrel to come with.
Yeah, Keld was put it on the ground. Keld didn't carry it through.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Also, I don't think you have to invite it through.
didn't.
I think it could just come through if it wanted to.
No, I guess so.
It's just it's a door.
He wasn't linked hands with us.
Also, he was very obese for a squirrel. I'm not sure if he could have kept up.
Fucking swirl. I know town is a ways away, but I don't know that they're going to be super happy with us carrying a corpse into town. I mean, I know Thor and her ladies did, and I don't know how.
That was a very different situation, especially considering the influence the god still has in these areas. So I think it best we keep it on.
Should we
as
make
hidden as
directly for
possible.
Jan, or can we do that?
Not today.
Can we scry to see if we can attempt to see if Sunny is here somewhere?
Yeah, I can do that, but we should probably figure out what we're doing with Elvilda. Like, or maybe you guys could do that while I'm scrying.
Well, keep
So
it from the ground.
Sure.
Can Fen prop her up like in a low-hanging branch or something to like keep her
Keld
off
sure
the ground?
can.
Okay.
I can reach.
Mm-hmm.
What's our
Fen in
plan
his
right
one
now?
hand isn't, I think, going to accomplish
Yeah,
that.
one for lifting, one for stabilizing.
Yeah, just a little. Just you might not get the height you want.
Difficult. Plan for right now. Well, if we can't make our way entirely to Jan today, considering come tomorrow we will have the ability to go straight to her, or at least to where we're intending to meet
I told
her.
her 3 days. It's been one. We can make it there tomorrow. We'll be there early, and we can arrange our place to make sure that it's safe before we actually have the meeting.
should we use today to close out our business in Yarsbecker then?
It's a hike. Someone, two, maybe three of us. I mean, if Roshan wants to set up lodgings here, two or three of us could head back and settle business.
We could always walk closer so you don't have to trek as
Yeah.
far back to us.
Might also be a good idea. Maybe even out of the direct line from here straight to Jarlsbecker, so we're harder to track.
I'd just as rather not remain along any
We
path
seem to be
we've
able to
already
make
made.
quite
if we can
comfortable
avoid it.
lodgings wherever we go now. So
Save us some coin, if nothing
I
else.
think Roshan would split off and just go a couple steps away and cast Sending to Egil and say, we're back near Jarlsbecker, though it sounds they may not want to go. Where are you? Are you safe? Any chance I could see?
I think the intended meaning is clear there.
Hey, once we find a good day, you can see whatever you want. Currently, still toiling in the soil. I think I'm close, though. I'll see you soon.
I think Roshan will message back with just a quick, are you safe?
I won't sugarcoat it. Not in an enemy number one scenario. But I'm in the fucking thick of it. But maybe you need that sometimes.
I think Roshan will just cast or use one of the charges on his rapier to feel connected,
Mm.
and then turn back to the group and say, yeah, I don't need to go to town.
Are you sure?
Yeah, nothing exciting waiting for me there.
Well, if nothing else, I could be part of the party that goes into town. I need to pick up Thick Biscuit anyhow, and now that there's space to put Thick Biscuit up for the night, and now that we've space to keep all our things, maybe we should consider selling the cart, consolidating what's in it.
sounds agreeable to me. I can accompany you to town. I need to get Jenny, and post the letter. Roshan, do you have a Sending in you?
Yeah. And immediately he looks for the whoever's got the ring of spell storing, because
I think we gave it to you
I
last, and you
don't
said
care.
you'd held
You have
on
it
to
now.
it until the next time somebody wanted it.
uh,
Yeah.
Roshan will cast Sending in it and then give it to you.
Ben will uncomfortably try to clear his mind again. He does not like this this process, but he's going to try and reach out to Ptolemaeus and say, "This is Fen. I hope you're well. I have a commission I'd like to pursue. Where can I send documents? Please provide a price. cheers.
I was like, come on, one more word.
Mm. Kisses. Very fun.
This is weird and good to hear from you. I am currently in a city of skulls. I will accept commission and we'll talk price later.
Sounds like our friend from Bloon has made his way to the city under the skull.
Really?
Um,
Well, it only makes sense with his proclivities.
I'm sure his mind is thoroughly blown. I can only imagine, having not been there myself, but having only heard tales. I'll accompany you to Jarlsbecker, Nonna. Anyone else along for the ride?
Or does anyone else want anything while we're there? Does any shopping need done? Do we need to get a hold of anything? We have a small windfall of coin now, and if we're intending to consolidate the cart, we'll have some more again. So now's the time if we want any large expenses, especially magic items, given Jarlsbecker's specialties.
I don't.
Fen, did you need to send word to Ptolemaeus? Physical?
Just some things I had drawn up last night. I'm sure this will be a process, but that's why do you ask?
Well, we have paper birds. If you wanted to fold up your whatever you drew and send it to him, you could do that.
Would we get them back, or is that the only use of them we have?
It's a one-time thing, and we've got 2 of them. But
We have coin. I could send it by post, but you know what? I think it might be more pressing to try and get it down on time. If you think that that's the best use of those items, then I'm done hesitating. I just don't want to use up party resources without the consent of everyone who might have better use of them.
I
Can't think of anybody that needs a pressing letter that fast. Not yet.
and I don't often draw and share pictures, so
Not even
this is
tasteful
probably
nudes.
Mm,
no,
not even.
not even. And Roshan will get out a magical
Mm,
sheet of
It's a
parchment
shame.
for Fen.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Fold it on through.
If the drawings can be folded in there, then Fen will send them along the way in paper birds. To Ptolemaeus.
I'm not going to
Or
think
of
about
City
it
of the
that hard.
Skull.
I was just like, do I think this is doable? And then I said, I don't care. And the bird sails through the sky. So I'm going
Whee!
to like take us into like out of this RP moment. And I want to know
Hmm.
if you're going into town, what you're doing, and if you're not going into town, what you are doing.
Fen going to
Going
town.
in town.
Get Jenny.
Nana's going into town, gonna get thick biscuit. We're gonna sell off anything that we can't carry off the cart and sell the cart. Bring thick biscuit back. Buy maybe some potions of healing.
It's up to you. Are you going to these places?
That I think is gonna be Nana's list at present. That's kind of how she's going down the line. Definitely taking notes from anybody else because she will be making
Fen's
note of
with
this as
Nana.
we're
If she
heading
wants
back
to
to
go
town.
shopping, Fen will go shopping with her.
And if nothing else, having a few healing potions on hand just for emergencies can't be bad. And if there's anything that we think might be useful, particularly going into any particular combat with fighters we've had experience with, Keld, if you think that, I don't know, potion of giant strength or something ridiculous might be useful in a last minute effort, make a decisive.
I guess if there's anything you see that might be useful, get it.
Nothing specific though.
I don't have anything specific.
Yeah, Fennel re-up crossbow quarrels while he's there. But other than
Yeah.
specifically getting Jenny and buying some quarrels, he is head on a swivel. There is a rogue that doesn't particularly like us in town, and he does not want to be having that conversation without people that can have the conversation better than him. So,
Okay. Non and Fen head off into town.
Somebody will
I-
probably want
I
to.
remembered a thing.
Yeah.
Can you guys stop by Calendula's to see if our poison from him is ready? Thank
deal.
you.
Yes. Yeah, we
Got
can
it.
certainly do
God,
that.
that feels like so long ago.
We'll send along our regards.
Okay.
Hopefully, maybe long enough.
You
that,
two head
the
into town.
potion's cured.
What are the three of you up to, if anything?
I think the three of us follow until we're like 30 minutes outside of town, and then find the biggest tree around to set up a Roshan's Worry Stone again and hang out, chill. We've got plenty of time today, so maybe he'll get out the puzzle box.
Okay.
Mm.
Nix, what are you up to?
Scrying on Sunny, hopefully.
Okay. So, Nix, you were aware that this like pocket dimension is like another
Oh,
space.
I'd be
so it's
outside.
probably
I'd go
I feel like we're all on the same page. This is an outside thing.
Just
I
fine.
would say that you are at least familiar with Sunny now that you have engaged in a couple combats. What is the DC and what is the minus for being familiar?
My thing is being weird. Hold on. I know it's a DC 20.
Mm-hmm.
Familiar is -5.
Okay. Unlike Gunhild, Sunny has a chance. Okay, so let's see. You begin to make your way up the river, now a familiar one, getting to experience that warm summer water, back into a freezing stream, though calm. Begin to make your way through, and you feel the rapids begin to pick up a bit as you push forwards, and you are not able to find purchase. With a nat 20, you are not able to find
Good for
purchase.
her.
I am happy for her.
I'll look for Bosch instead.
Okay. I'm gonna take away the familiarity. Once again, you make your way up the stream. Take 2. You place your head into the water. The water grows dark and murky, and it becomes hard to navigate until you find yourself lost in your own stream, and you are unable to find purchase.
I think she'll just sit outside for a bit then.
Yeah.
Just dwell on that.
Yeah. A nat 20 and a 17 on the dice is very kind
Yeah.
from the dice today for this scenario. Bosch didn't need all that, but but it was nice of it. You dwell on that. Keld, is there anything of note?
I think he'll just want to ask if did we need to touch base with Gunhild or anything? I can't remember if we left off. Just don't want to leave anything unfinished.
We did tell her we.
You two headed out. You guys are gone.
Cool.
You've marched away. I will say the last things that you had with Gunhild, you did tell her that you were going on this little adventure across the realms. And she said that she is on the lookout for trying to find Bosch now, that it's trying to find wherever all this is happening. So that's what she was last doing.
Gotcha.
So up to you if you
So-
want to reach out to her, but she last told you that she's on the hunt.
I think he would want to, so we'll see if one of these two folks will help with that.
I think Roshan's the only one with sending. So I think.
Gotta ask him,
Uh,
honey.
Oh darn! Fen took the ring of spell storing. I
You
guess I'll
have
reach
to
out
do
to
it.
her. And I think Roshan's just been in a grumpy mood all morning, and is very short, but says, "We killed Elvilda, pissed off Sunny. She's back here, but we don't know where." And just leave it there.
I liked Alvilda. Weird, but I liked her. Shame y'all can't fucking kill Sunny. I'll be in touch soon. With your insight, that was one of maybe the most sane conversations you've ever had with Gunhild.
Yeah, Josh even noticed that, and I'm like, I wonder if she's been having long conversations with a man in a ring,
Maybe.
a crazy man in a ring, who's
Yeah.
helping her with her own crazy.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
But then I think the only other thing he wants to do is work on the puzzle box.
Okay. Do you remember the DC? Was it 25 investigation or 30 investigation?
No, it was 30,
30
and
investigation.
I can't hit it today.
Okay, but you start fiddling.
Yeah, he probably gets angry enough at it to like throw it on the ground and then ask politely for the mist to pick it up and put it in his bag and then stalk off and disappear in the willow trees.
Okay. Meanwhile, in town, nobody will buy your bicycle. You acquire, you're outside, you're like, hey, we got stuff. And everyone's like, I don't know what that is and I don't want it. So nobody will buy your bicycle. People will buy your cart
Fen
for
has a mount.
15 gold.
Cool.
Can't hear you, Fen.
15 gold.
So your cart, you're welcome to sell. I don't remember what else is in your cart besides the bicycle, and if you don't, then I'm pushing forward.
Nothing specific that we weren't carrying with us. I think maybe some crates, maybe a couple supplies.
If you don't
from
know specifics,
back
I can't
home,
give
but
you money.
I can't.
So I will have to step over that for now. You
I will inform you before next game if I remember between this week and next if there's anything major that I'm overlooking.
Sure.
I don't remember anything big.
If you go to Magisk Boutique, there are 2 potions of healing, the common variety, about 50 each. Nothing in the middle, and then 1 potion of
I'm
supreme
assuming-
healing for 5,000.
Cool. How much did we get off Alveola again?
I don't keep up with that once I give it to you.
We have a total of 6,400. No. I lied. We only have sorry, it's in the notes. It's not enough for that. We could buy both of the small
Got it.
ones, but not
That's fine.
the big one.
Both the small ones, I think, are a worthwhile expense. So Nana will make sure we have both of those. They are potion of healing. What tier
Yeah,
again?
they are
Lesser?
the bare minimum.
Gotcha.
There is a
Roger,
potion of
roger.
giant strength
2 of
pointed out
those.
to you for about 300 gold.
Hmm.
It is a hill giant
Well,
strength.
I did call it out specifically. I did say it. I specifically said it before I came. I feel like that seems like not a bad expense to go ahead for. We've got the gold for it, so yeah. Nana will go ahead and buy that potion of hill giant strength for what was it, 200?
Don't undercut me.
Sorry, 300
You
gold.
can't undercut me.
I apologize. That is just my ADHD brain not knowing numbers. I'm not
Well,
trying to cheat
Dean.
you, I promise.
Okay. Is there anything else in town? You have acquired what you can. You got 15 gold for a cart. Nobody will buy your bicycle.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Can hear
Fen
you
will
now.
ride the bicycle back to the group, and Nana can ride Thick Biscuit, and Fen
Yeah.
has Jenny, right?
Yep. You go to Jenny's kind of shit-filled room, and she seems pleased as punch and will rejoin you.
All right, cool. I would normally tip for cleaning up the shit, but I paid for a whole week for this room, and we were only gone for 2 days, so
We only used like 2
the
days.
rest of the balance can pay off the
Go to damages.
Okay.
Fen will cast Speak with Animals and just have a little chat with Jenny on the way back. No need to actually bog down the game with the chat, but just catch up with her.
Yeah, she's happy to chat. She's had a lovely 2-day vacation. All of you reconvene at the home. Is there anything you guys want to do today?
So the potion wasn't ready
Nana's
yet?
loving on Thick Biscuit.
Did you guys check on the poison?
Oh, shit. God damn it! That's my
Fen
ADHD
will go back
brain!
on the
I'm
bicycle
sorry. It's
and
been
check
a
to see
long
if the
day.
potion's-
Nope. We're going back to town. We're going to Calendulas. I'm sorry. That would have been something Nana and Fen would have known to do. I'm sorry. That's my smooth brain.
You all head back to town.
And shows off his BMX skills.
Yes, we head back to town and we go to Calendulas.
um,
God damn it.
You are
Ugh.
presented with the tiniest little vial that is placed on the counter before you. It is not Calendula here anymore. It is just an older woman who kind of like picks it up and shows it to you. I was told to warn you that if this touches your skin or is going to be quite a terrible time for you. And if it touches any, like the membranes in your mouth and such, you will die. Probably. You'll hope you will. And she kind of like laughs a little like, oh, and then she like hands you this like almost like a little like jewelry box that now contains this very tiny vial.
One can only imagine. Thank you so much. Give our regards to Calendula. And hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Sure, enjoy. She's just she's a cashier.
Yeah. Sure,
She's
someone will.
vibing. And then bring you
Yeah.
drive back into the woods on your bicycle.
Yep,
and you all are reunited.
bike and horse. Yes, we are. Poison in tow. Calendula was not in, but the cashier gave us such and such warning. I think we rather know what to expect, though,
Don't touch it.
considering.
Definitely don't eat it.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't.
She did say specifically, if it touches the soft membranes, either you will die or you wish you will have died. And considering my personal experience, yes, that seems accurate.
But was that like for you or
You
for
might want to take your whole head off.
Nix,
I mean,
fucking
I don't know
stop.
about you.
Why would you
You
just-
seem
I'm
fine.
just wondering.
Nix
But-
is staring at this like it's hot sauce.
Why do we save
and
it for a
she's an
special occasion?
aficionado.
Hold on,
It's
I'm
like
on
she's
Nix's
got
side.
the hot ones flying in front of her. Oh no. I have to try it once. I have to know.
Anything else for today?
Uh,
Nix has to reach out to Russ to tell her that she's back.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Made it back. I tried to bring this plant for you. It tasted like onion, but it turned into a piece of wood. I love you.
I was like, I lost my
Yeah.
numbers somewhere.
I
along
lost
the
the
way.
numbers too.
Yeah.
she always
Yeah.
saves enough for I love you at the
Cut out
end.
some of the words in between if needed.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm glad you're back.
Mhm.
I'm sorry your plant didn't work out. Currently on the road. Easy going. I love you.
So we're just gonna hang out in this place all day. Fun. Let's go look for poisonous plants. That sounds like fun. I don't want to sit here all day.
That does sound like fun.
Mm.
Let's
Come on,
go.
let's go.
Mm.
Come along.
Enjoy yourselves. Nada is just grooming Thick Biscuit and looks the most relaxed and put together she's been since we left town.
And Roshan really did disappear into the trees and hasn't been seen. But I'm sure he's having a
Hmm.
great time.
Is that close to where the I guess the stable portion of the manor is?
They are not connected, but they are all in the
paddock.
mist.
Nana will let Roshan sulk for like
I don't know
an
if you
hour
can
before
find
going
him,
to
to
look
be
for him.
fair.
It's
Uh,
fair. She
if-
would give it a try and maybe call
just
into
not sure
the
how,
mist at it.
it just disappears into a tree, and I believe you've disappeared into a tree.
Hey, Mist,
Mm.
deliver Roshan to me.
Yeah.
the mist
Roshan would be so
cannot
cool
do
if he
that.
could be right here.
But
Aw,
if you start
dang.
shouting for Roshan, his voice will come from one of the closer tree to the center and say, sorry, give me a second. And then looks like to you that he's wearing like a black robe and he is wet. And it looks like he comes
Oh.
out from behind the tree.
I didn't mean to call you out of the bath. Sorry. You could have said.
Oh, well, I was bathing. Do you need anything?
No, I just wanted to check on you and make sure you were doing all right. I know that Things were tense leaving the other plane.
Yeah, it's just been a tough day.
Right. Yeah. How are things with the shadow?
Well, I think I hate her, and I think she likes that. So,
Uh,
about like that.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Well, it was my advice. It was. I wished. I'm sorry.
It probably would have happened one way or the other. So, just trust me, it's not your fault. If only there was more I knew.
Well, I don't know what help I could be. I don't know, felt like she was being rather open with me. I don't know if you want me there to talk with her. If you think that'd make it easier, fine. I'm not sure what else I could offer to do, but, I'd like to help if I can.
Yeah. Uh, Maybe I'll let you know when I feel like talking to her again.
Sure. At your pace, please. Don't rush yourself. Take your bath, at least, first.
Roshan will nod and then disappear around the tree again and bathe for the rest of the afternoon in a hot pool.
You'll have to show me where that's at later!
As Roshan steps away, there is a moment where, Nana, you can almost glance a heat mirage that stands in his place and then follows after lingering on you. And before it kind of like you blink and it's gone.
Hmm.
Um, Keld, anything you're vibing? What's up?
At some point, he just wants to see if he could use ascending to update Thor and see what she's got going on.
Roshan comes out of the bath again.
Oh, no. No! Let the man bathe!
Fen will
I
give the
can't
ring
hear you.
over.
Okay.
Yeah,
The ring is back.
it's
in the
been.
Yeah.
I think Roshan emerges from behind the tree again. You're still not sure how it works, and you might be afraid to ask because Roshan's in such a sour mood today.
Yeah.
But he comes back upstairs and his hair is like a bubblegum pink purple. He still looks grumpy, but less so, and will share a sending with you.
Thank you. I like the pink.
I needed something new. I hated looking like Bosch's cronies.
Yeah, understandable. So I guess for the sending,
Mm-hmm. yeah.
he will say, I guess similar to what Finn said, we killed Alvilda. Sunny got away, trying to find Bosch. What are you up to?
Kisses.
Hey, congratulations. That's one down. We're all naked in a hot spring right now. So that's pretty cool. Call when you can, or if you need something.
Man.
I got this oath and everything, and all I want to do is
Just
chill
wanna
in a
chill
hot spring.
I will say, Keld, this may not be the situation at hand. You do know that Jarlsbecker is known for its hot springs.
Huh.
On a bicycle.
Does Kel want to take a
Little
trip
barrel
into
of
town?
egg growth.
Viking into town.
My parents
I
aren't
mean,
home.
It's that or thick biscuit. Biscuit, big horse,
Wait.
but
Y'all are in town? Hold on.
They might be.
Hang
Anywhere could have
on.
a hot spring, but you do know
Yeah.
there are hot springs in Jarlsbecker.
How many sendings can I use?
Roshan comes back down.
it's my
I think-
favorite. At least
I don't think
favorite
Roshan went
movie.
down after Keld
Okay.
said that. But he says, I can give you another sending if you want.
If that'd be all right, I'd like that.
Yeah, I've gotten plenty of rest, so here you go.
Good. That's a nice change.
Roshan holds his hands up, and they're fully prunes still.
Hmm. Nice. Speaking of baths, Keld will reach out again.
Hmm.
That sounds lovely. Are you by chance in Jarlsbecker? That's it.
Okay.
You need another.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could have said that. Oh, well.
By chance, we are. Swung by for a bit on our way. Where the fuck are we going? Ah, that uses words. Like kind of like cuts herself off. Where are you? Could come to you if you're close.
Sending.
Rajan, we're singing. I want
Roshan, one more,
to
please.
invite my girlfriend
One
over
more.
to the house.
Are we allowed to have guests? I mean, yeah, we are.
Yeah, there's plenty of space here. And here's another sending.
Thank you.
Grabs him by the shoulders. I need this. I-
So much.
Okay, you have another sending.
Boy needs to decompress for a
Okay.
bit.
We're not far out. Insert place.
Mhm. I would say it takes like the rest of your like. I would leave you like 3 more words, but like to describe where you are, for insert place because you are just in a place in the woods.
Right.
Uh,
A lot of descriptions
to-
for that.
so to
Biggest
relay
tree.
that, I would say you use most of your words and you have 3 left.
3 left. Then after that, he will say, "Come by."
Yeah. Okay. Fuck.
Hell yeah.
um.
All this
Yeah,
thunder
and
party
then
getting
the
crunk.
ladies will jump on their bicycles and they'll start
Mm.
coming
Ching, ching.
over. Meanwhile, Nyx and Fen are out picking poisonous plants. Anything else with that?
No, just want to help Nyx find the most poisonous plants.
if they're away long enough, she's gonna be like, "So, Fen, you know how I tried to fix your hand and it didn't work."
It didn't work, but you were able to fix Keld's hand.
Right, exactly. So I was reading this book from Grandma and I think it's just because you don't want me to help you. Like you have to want to get this gift, and like I can help you, but it has to be a thing that you fully think you deserve to have.
I want very much to be able to help my friends.
Hmm.
I really do. I don't like being a liability. I don't like not being able to help. I feel like I've been honestly around half as effective as I could be. I want to be better. I do. Uh, it's not you. I know you can do this. I'm going to try my best to.
I am more than willing to try again, but we have to get you to feel like you've earned it. I think. I can't really ask her, but I think that's what's going on. She'll even pull out the book and show him the passage and be like, "See, that's what she said."
Grandma knowledge right there.
She's
Most
a lot
people
smarter
don't.
than me, so
Most people that lose a hand don't get a second chance at having one. And I'm not going to sit by and wait for a chance at it. I've already sent off a letter hoping to try and do something to bring myself back into the fight. I'm happy to let you attempt again.
I can't today because of all the magic of the day. But I could try tomorrow if you want.
I very much want to be able to wield the bow again, to be able to
Tomorrow, then.
tie my own boots again. I very much want that. I don't know if it's worth the other things you could do with your magic should it fail.
I think it's worth it.
I hope you're right.
Won't know unless we try. Like I tried on Shelly, even though I really didn't think it would work for him. Damn it. That was more magic thing, I think. I'm not sure.
I don't know if there's more Hag's magic attached to this, or it might just be my own, as you say, reticence to accepting it. I'm trying to be better, Nix. I really am. I've been hesitant too long. I have, and I'm not even sure I did the right thing with Elvilda. I'm not sure. I don't know. Here we are, dragging a corpse that can't walk for itself to maybe resurrect it, bring it back, something to get information that's not going to give us. It might have given when it was alive, but now I don't know. Nix, I just don't
still
know.
Bring her back if we want to. We've got a couple days.
Why would we want to? I don't.
I'm just saying, you're worried that we made the wrong choice. We still have the choice. It's okay. I think you and Nana actually should probably talk, but you have a lot of the same problems going on right now, I think. You're doing great. You're both doing great. I don't know what's going on here. We all love you guys. You aren't using resources on you is not a bad thing. I like doing it, and I hope that you can feel that way someday. That we're doing this because we care about you and not for some other silly reason.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I just we had a chance to put arrows and spears and
Mm-hmm.
we could have made a massacre of Bosch. I have no doubts that we would have died when we did it. And I have some concern that he wouldn't have. And I think if you and Kel had been in our spot, the outcome would have been the same. Your motivations might have been different. Your capabilities might have been different. But I think the outcomes would have been the same. Could have done a great deal of damage, maybe killed him, but you'd have died in the process. And it was not. I don't play with chance, and I think I need to be better at that. And maybe the next time we have an opportunity, I won't wait. But I don't know what I'll do when I have more people that are beside me that I love. Yourself killed Nana, Roshan, a stranger would have died with us. So just to give my explanation of what happened, it was not a cut and dry situation, and I'm not sure I did the right thing, but I did the thing that brought us here.
Like I said to her, I don't think you guys made the wrong choice. It seems like it was the right choice for you. And we don't know what would have happened if a different one was made. And that's okay. We'll fix it. We'll deal with them.
Okay.
We're going to do what we can to make it okay.
Thank you, Nix. Thank you.
I think we should get you back and have Keld make you some tea.
As long as it's Kel making the tea.
If you won't let me, you're fine.
What do you mean? I'm not sure.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Well, do you want me to make the tea? I can make you tea instead.
Oh no, just Kel's just much faster at it. That's all.
You two make your way back. I'll say that you found like some sumac, so you can get some like sumac bark, because the leaves are dead. But you can have some sumac bark, and you can figure out if you can do something with that or not. You two begin making your way back, and there is a knock at the door.
Roshan can
well,
actually
yes.
just like control the door from within, so the door just opens.
Ooh.
Hopefully, it's good people on the other side.
Wing.
It was a trap.
Hopefully.
A squirrel and a million
Oh, no.
pixies just
It's
bolted
Bosch!
in.
And the Squirrel
Look at
King!
Mitch.
Oh, God!
How dare you?
And it's the pumpkin
Oh,
that had it out
just
for
a gaggle of
Gorbjorn!
very small things that are here
Wow.
to kick y'all's ass.
Let's go.
You open the door, and at the entrance stand 3 women. One of them thin, a bit emaciated looking, fingers long, and have like maybe black paint covering up and like kind of drips down to the fingertips. Aesthetically, the hair is a bit matted and has like little bits and bobbles that hang in it. Eyes kind of like wide and a bit wild with a big smile on her face. Another woman, Minotaur, large bull head with a large ring in the center of the nose, horns that are capped in gold. And in the center, a tall, muscular woman with blonde hair that you can see at one point was probably damp and now seems crusted a bit with ice that is slowly forming on it. Wearing two gauntlets on her hands, steps in. Hey. And that is where we are going to stop for tonight.
Wait. We all see her come in and we all chime in her name.
and-
Thor! Like Nor. Come on.
Sorry. Nana yells
Go
Thor really loudly.
Yeah.
And she's like,
And she's the only
"It's
one.
fine."
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.
But
Yeets herself behind a tree.
Thor's happy to have her name yelled when she enters room. She seems perfectly fine with that. And that is where
Cool.
we are going to stop for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate it. If you'd like to see more of this story or other stories, maybe there's some stories around the corner, you can head over to youtube.com/thedicecult. And if you want to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to keep up with all of us, we are at the Dice Cult on Instagram and Twitter. If you want some beautiful dice that like to tell a story by not letting the good guys scry on the bad guys, you can head to the link in the chat or the box
Mhm.
below. Thank
Dramatic
you
tension,
again.
right?
We
That's
appreciate
what
it. We
it's
love
for.
telling you a story. We will be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Thanks for joining.